From the time she was in the first grade, Laken's dream was to spend her life caring for others. And I met her beautiful mother and family backstage, sister, friends, some of her friends, a roommate. They said she was like the best. She was always the best. They admit that she was the best.
Look at that. A stark contrast to Joe Biden, who mentioned her name, as you heard, during his State of the Union address, where he botched it, calling her Lincoln. And then, as you just heard, he went on to apologize for calling the suspect an illegal. Americans now citing immigration as the #1 issue facing this country. But will this be the issue to cause the Biden campaign to crumble and Trump's campaign to continue to soar? Joining me now to discuss is former Connecticut Senator and National Chair of No Labels, Senator Joe Lieberman. Senator, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lydia. Great to be back with you.
Senator, what do you think about Joe Biden? Did he really step in it this time? In my monologue, you just heard it there. We played the soundbite of Joe Biden apologizing for using the term illegal, but not apologizing to Laken Riley. From what reports we're hearing, he hasn't even tried to reach out to her. He hasn't posted about her. Do you think this is a wise move on his part?
No. I think right now, if you just read the public opinion polls, you'll see that border security and illegal immigration is the #1 concern of the American people. And I just want to say it's really striking because when you think about it, for instance, many more Americans are affected by inflation personally than by illegal immigration. But the illegal immigration has become a kind of metaphor for the inability of our government to be competent to do the basic things like upholding the rule of law, some rules on the border. Everybody's for immigration, but you can't have open borders. And when you have something like the Laken case, this beautiful young girl, Laken Riley, apparently murdered by an illegal alien, whatever you want to call them, we know what they are, it makes it very personal. And all of us say, oh my God, the next victim could be my daughter. So, okay, the president decided to use the State of the Union to kick off his political campaign. There's nothing illegal or unethical about it. It was just the most partisan State of the Union I remember. And he naturally attacked the Republicans in the House for not accepting the bipartisan immigration border security bill from the Senate. Good enough for now, I guess. But let me tell you this. If the House doesn't act on that bill, the president has the executive authority to act to tighten or close the border. And if he doesn't do something like that before Election Day, this issue alone could end his attempt at re-election.
That is a bold prediction there, sir, and one I agree with you. We're seeing the polls, and President Biden, he was energized during his State of the Union speech, but he still made some mistakes. Take a look.
He did.
We must be honest. The threat to democracy must be defended. Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power.
And recently, Biden also said that he was running for Congress when he was campaigning in Philadelphia. He also put out an ad that said his advanced age is a good thing. But is this really about age, Senator, or is it more about consistency?
Well, it's about both. I mean, it's ultimately about competence to hold the office. But obviously, large numbers of the American people, including a large number of Democrats, worry about whether the president is up to this at his age. I thought overall he dealt with the age issue pretty well in the State of the Union speech, but people are going to be on watch of him throughout this year. Now, look, we in No Label said we wait till after Super Tuesday to see if it really was going to be another Trump-Biden rematch. It is. But honestly, I wish, and I know Joe Biden forever. I served with him 24 years. I like him, but I wish he would take a second look at this and decide. He's done so much, had a great career in public service, ended up as president of the United States. Maybe it's time to walk off the stage and give a new generation an opportunity for leadership. We'll see.
Senator, before I let you go, that's interesting you said that. If not, then Joe Biden. There's still time left, do you think? Or who else should it be then? Who should take his place?
Well, no, he would have to withdraw himself before the Democratic convention, and the convention will decide. But let me just say this. The way that the campaign started in the State of the Union with Democrats on the floor of the House shouting 4 more years, this is going to be a nasty, divisive, partisan political campaign. And I'm so happy and excited that No Labels is now authorized by our 800 delegates from around the country Friday to offer the American people a third choice, a bipartisan unity ticket. We'll announce the process for choosing that ticket this week. And I'd say within the next 2 weeks, we will offer those candidates to the American people. So if you're fed up with the choice that we have now, we think we're going to give you a better choice. So hold on until we let you see who those candidates will be.
I'm definitely excited to find out. All right. Thank you so much, Senator Lieberman.
Thanks, Lydia. Have a good day.